And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reef once again. The Atlantic Coast Stingrays taking on the Flagler Palm Coast Bulldogs in a district championship game here this evening. Wade Serber on the mound for Atlantic Coast. Start and lead off this game for the Bulldogs. Noel Hemmerle, the shortstop. As we get set, the Stingrays looking for their fourth district title in school history. The first pitch just a bit outside for ball one from Wade Serber. Serber played first base last night. And for the first time in this district tournament at the mound, as Hemmerle starts with an 0-2 count, 2-0 count. Pitch. This one's grounded. Prudencio making the throw to first base, and Peppercorn's got the catch, and that's the first out of the game and of the inning for the Stingrays. And we bring up Marion Clayton, the first baseman for the Bulldogs, who knocked off Creekside last night, 9-4. Creekside was the number 1 seed in the district tournament. Atlantic Coast coming in as the 2 seed in the tournament. As first pitch to Clayton is fouled off. One-0 pitch in there for a strike. Sorry, now it's 0-2 here for Clayton. Good pitch from Serber. Bit inside for a ball. One-two pitch from Serber. That one's outside. 2-2 now for Clayton. Two-two pitch, and this one's popped up by Clayton. Left fielder coming to make the grab, and that one going to drop. He could not make it in time, and Clayton has a base hit for the first time in this game. He will head to first and it'll bring up Carson Fleece. Playing third base this evening. First pitch coming to Fliss, and this is popped up foul. Comes the 0-1 in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Serber. 0-2 now for Fliss. Clayton will go, and now we've got a pickle here. Clayton looks like he's going to get there safely at second, though, and he's now in scoring position. Took off as Serber was in his windup and is able to get there safely. It's now runner in scoring position early for the Bulldogs. Oh, two, that one's low for a ball. 1-2 count now for Fliss with a runner on second. 1 out in the inning. And Serber now, as Clayton would go to third. And they've got him here, looks like in a pickle. Trying to get Clayton as he's going back to second here, and tag is placed on Clayton. That'll be the second out of the inning. Good job from Serber to catch Clayton there in the pickoff. Now 2 outs here for the Stingrays. One-two pitch once again. Coming to Fliss and swing and a miss. Got him to swing. Williams goes to first, and that will end the inning for Atlantic Coast. They hold Flagler Palm Coast scoreless, start the game off. Here as we head to the bottom of the first. And back here at the Reef, bottom of the first, Atlantic Coast held Flagler Palm Coast scoreless last inning. See what they can do here on the offensive side. No Prudencio to lead off the game and the inning here. Jordan Gonzalez on the mound for the Bulldogs. Prudencio had a couple of base hits last night against Sandalwood. See what he can do here in his first trip to the plate. And first pitch pops it up. Center fielder tracking it down, and he's got the catch made. And early first out for Flagler Palm Coast. Bring up Anthony Seligen, the right fielder. Had a huge base hit last night against Sandalwood. Go-ahead run scored to win that game. First pitch from Gonzalez. And that one looked like it hit Seligen, and he will head to first. So an early hit by pitch walk. And the Stingrays have a man on base. As the pitcher Serbo will now come to the plate. Seligen at first for the Stingrays. First pitch from Gonzalez. Serber pops this one up. Looks like it's in the field of play, and making the grab is third baseman, so that'll be out number 2 for the Bulldogs. And Dalton Tibbetts now up to the plate here, so 3 straight pitches and 3 straight actions from the plate here. 2 early outs. Seljan still at first. Goes back to first. First pitch now to Tibbetts, down low, ball one. Third time going back to first. Comes the 1-0 pitch to Tibbetts. That one's down the middle, strike one. Time called by Tibbetts. Going back to first once again there, trying to get Seljan out. Seljan goes, popped up by Tibbetts. And the first baseman, Clayton, going to track it down and be out number 3 as Flagler Palm Coast holds Stingray scoreless. And we are tied at 0 heading into the top of the second. And here we go, top of the second. Atlantic Coast 0, Flagler Palm Coast 0. And to lead off the inning for the Bulldogs, Brennan Striplin, the center fielder, has Serber on the mound once again in this inning for Atlantic Coast. First pitch to Striplin. Grounds this one up the middle, and that one will be up in the gap, and a base hit for Striplin. Second base hit of the game for Flagler Palm Coast. He will head to first. Stripling on first. Logan Shuddy, and that one goes, Serber goes back to first. Shuddy's showing bunt here. Lays it down. That's almost a perfect bunt. Serber scoops it, will flip to Peppercorn, and that'll be out number 1, but it moves Stripling to second. Perfect bunt there from Shuddy. Julius Payton, designated hitter in the lineup, up to the plate here. Serber steps off the mound. One-zero here to Payton, first pitch ball. One-zero to Payton, fouls this one off. Payton grounds this one, little chopper. Serber will go to first, and it hits Payton there on a bat throw, and here comes Stripling to score, and Flagler Palm Coast, the first run of the game. Bad throw by Serber. Leads to Payton going to second there. So a mistake from the pitcher. Runner scores for Flagler Palm Coast. 2 outs for the Stingrays. First pitch into Gonzalez, the pitcher. Goes in for a ball, 1-0 count. That one upstairs, ball 2. In their first strike, good pitch, 2-1 now for Gonzalez. This one ripped by Gonzalez. Haskell trying to track it down, and it's going to bounce and hit the fence. Jordan Gonzalez ahead to second, and a double for Gonzalez. That one hit it all the way to the fence. Haskell couldn't track it down. And the Bulldogs now in business here. Runner in scoring position once again. Paul Bowen at the plate now for Flagler Palm Coast, the catcher. Let's see if he can punch in the run here for the Bulldogs, extend their lead. Pinch runner on second for Flagler Palm Coast. That one in their first strike. Oh, 1, this one fouled off by Bowen. 0-2 count, and Bowen reached for that ball, fouls it off, stays alive. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Serber. Swing and a miss, and Serber ends the inning. He strikes out the catcher, Bowen. But Flagler Palm Coast leads it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. And lead off this bottom of the second inning, it's Delvin Haskell playing left field this evening. Gonzalez still on the mound, had a double just earlier in the last inning for the Bulldogs, who lead this one 1-0. First pitch to Haskell, and for a strike. Comes the 0-1. This one popped up and go foul. Oh, 2 to Haskell, up high, ball 1. One-two pitch. Haskell grounds this one. Third baseman to make the throw, and a splitting attempt by Clayton. He gets him out at first. Nice reach there from Clayton, and a good throw by Fliss. The first out of the inning. And Forrest Peppercorn playing first base this evening. Up to the plate. Did a nice job on the mound last night. Came in for a short period of time on first pitch, ball 1. Good eye from Peppercorn. It's 2-0 now. And swing and a miss from Peppercorn. Big swing. 2-2 from Gonzalez. Sorry, 3-1 now from Gonzalez. Down low, good eye from Peppercorn. And that one in there for a ball. Good eye from Peppercorn. He will walk. Second walk of the game for Gonzalez. Brings up newly into the lineup here for Tomaseu, who was injured last game. Antonio Baez up to the plate. Laid down a nice bunt in last night's game against Sandalwood. Drove in a run. First pitch to Baez, and on cue, show bunt, foul it off. Oh, 1 to Baez. Good eye, that one's up high for a ball. Gonzalez goes back to first. Back to first once again. Peppercorn on first after the walk here as Coach Loftman will talk to Baez. One pitch from Gonzalez. Baez shows bunt, brings it back, and that will hit Baez, and he will head to first. Second straight walk from Gonzalez. Now first and second for Atlantic Coast. Catcher Williams coming out to the plate. See what he can do here with some runners on base. First pitch to Williams, in there for strike one. Oh, one pitch to Williams, in there for strike two. Oh, 2 from Gonzalez, and that's going to hit Williams, and that's another walk, the third straight, and it loads the bases. And here comes Aramis Pabon as Gonzalez, 3 straight walks now. The Bulldogs face bases loaded here as pinch runner. Pinch runner will come in for Caden Williams at first. And Bulldogs head coach will walk onto the mound here for the first time in this ballgame here. Bottom of the second, Bulldogs lead 1-0, bases loaded with Aramis Pabon at the plate. So coach will leave the mound here. Bases still loaded here for the Stingrays. First pitch to Pabon, and that first strike. Oh, 1 to Pabon. That one hits the dirt. And coming home after the wild pitch, gets away from the catcher, and Peppercorn will score. And that'll be the first score for Atlantic Coast, and they tie the game up at 1. So 3 straight walks for Gonzalez, and a wild pitch cost them a run. Second and third now for Atlantic Coast. Still only 1 out in the inning. Gonzalez goes to third there. Bowen could not secure the pitch. And swing and a miss from Pabon. 1-2 count now for the center fielder, Pabon. That one's in there for a ball. 2-2 now for Pabon. Two from Gonzalez. Pabon pops this one up into the gap, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Aramis Pabon draws in a run. Baez will score. Jackson Adams will score, and the Stingrays lead it 3-1 now. 2 RBI single for Aramis Pabon. As it brings off the leadoff batter, Noah Prudencio, but still only just 1 out here. First pitch, strike 1 to Prudencio. Outside ball 1. One to Prudencio, outside again, ball 2. And Gonzalez there goes back to first. Pabon stuck in a pickle here. Clayton tracking him down. And now faking the pitch there, and will tag Pabon as he is out there for second out. So he will head back to the dugout here. Now Prudencio, now nobody on base for the Stingrays. Still, and again, 2 outs for Bulldogs. Popped up by Prudencio. Right fielder trying to track it down in foul territory and almost making the grab there. For the Bulldogs, Shuddy could not track it down though. Stay at 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch in there for a full count now for Prudencio. And that one's low for another walk. Gonzalez, his 4th walk of the inning. Another runner on base for the Stingrays. Anthony Seligen now out, who also walked his last at-bat. Got hit by pitch. First pitch, Seligen, and it's going to pop up and caught for the 3rd out. Flagler Palm Coast ends the inning, but Atlantic Coast up 3-1 here as we head to the top of the 3rd here at the Reef. And top of the 3rd here at the Reef to lead off the inning for the Bulldogs left fielder Kleinfelder. His first trip at the plate here, still not through the entire lineup of the Bulldogs, already through 3. Has popped up foul, first pitch of the inning from Wade Serber. Stingrays lead 3-1. There's some nice base running and a big hit from Aramis Pabon last inning. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss from Kleinfelder. Oh, 2 from Serber, and swing and a miss. Kleinfelder, 3 straight pitches, 3 straight swings, and a strikeout for Serber to start the inning off. Bring up the leadoff man, Hemmerle. Grounded out his first at-bat. First pitch, ball 1. One 0 in there for a strike. One 1 and Hemmerle fouls off. One 2 pitch from Serber in there for ball 2, that one low. 2-2 pitch from Serber. And popped up by Hemmerl. Pabon in center field tracking it down. And he'll have the catch made for out number 2 in the inning. Marion Clayton headed to the plate. Had a base hit for Flagler Palm Coast. Was the first of the game for the Bulldogs. First pitch to Clayton. Ball 1. This one popped up by Clayton. Peppercorn tracking it down. 3 Stingrays in the area, and it's going to drop for Clayton there. Unable to make the grab, and that'll be another base hit for the first baseman, Clayton. Carson Fleece struck out his last at-bat. Serber looks on the first pitch to Fliss, and he'll ground this one. Prudencio steps on second to end the inning there. Nice play by Prudencio, and that will lead us to the bottom of the third. Stays 3-1. Stingrays lead it. Here in the bottom of the third, Wade Serber will lead off the inning for Atlantic Coast. They lead 3-1 still. As it looks like Jordan Gonzalez still on the mound here for Flagler Palm Coast. Had 4 walks last inning. It's led to the Stingrays coming out to a 2-run lead now. First pitch to Serber, ball 1. Two-0 count now for Serber. Pitcher on pitcher here in the first at-bat of the inning. Now one low for a ball once again. Short meeting at the mound for the Bulldogs. Started this game with a 1-0 lead. 3 straight runs scored for Atlantic Coast. Good pitch by Gonzalez. 3-1 now to Serber. And a walk here for Gonzalez to start the inning off. 6th walk of the game for Jordan Gonzalez. And Don Tibbetts will head to the plate here. First pitch to Tibbetts, fouls this one off. Second pitch to Tibbetts, swing and a miss there, 0-2 now. Pinch runner on first for Atlantic Coast. Swing here by Tibbetts. And that's going to get in for a fair ball and a good throw and catch made by Clayton there at first. First out of the inning. Nice play made by Fliss at third. Does move the pinch runner for Atlantic Coast to second in scoring position. And Delvin Haskell grounded out his last at bat. See what he can do here. First pitch to Haskell. In for a strike. And foul tip there by Haskell, an 0-2 now for the left fielder. And Gonzalez steps off the mound. Looking back at second base. Oh, 2 to Haskell, and he will strike out here. Catcher goes to first, and that'll be second out of the inning. So Stingrays here, the runner on second. Can they convert the opportunity and try to score him in? Peppercorn walked his last at bat, playing first base tonight. First pitch, Peppercorn, he rips this one into the gap. Good catch, though, by the shortstop, making the play, and Flagler Palm Coast will end the inning. Big play made there by Hemmerle. So as we head to the top of the fourth now, Stingrays still lead at 3-1. Top of the fourth, Stingrays lead 3-1. Leadoff batter for Flagler Palm Coast of the inning, Brendan Striplin. Had a base hit, also the only scorer here this evening as Striplin swings on the first pitch. Oh, 1 to Striplin. That one hits the ground for ball. One. Striplin grounds this one. Prudencio makes the play, throw to first. And automatic there for Prudencio all the time, as that's the first out of the inning for the Stingrays. Logan Shuddy grounded out his last at bat, up to the plate now. First pitch into Shuddy, grounds this one. Right back to the shortstop, Prudencio, makes the throw again, and that's the second out of the inning. 2 straight good plays from Prudencio. 2 outs now in the inning. Designated hitter, Payton. Now up for the Bulldogs. First pitch to Payton, and he'll ground this one right back to the pitcher. Serber makes a nice play. Routine throw to Peppercorn to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for Atlantic Coast. Bottom of the fourth now. And here to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Stingrays, Antonio Baez. Walked his last at bat, got hit by a pitch, playing second base tonight. Gonzalez will stay on the mound for Flagler Palm Coast. So only let up 3 runs here, though, but they are down 2 runs. Here's Baez popping it up. And the right fielder making the catch for the Bulldogs. Shuddy comes over to make the grab for out number 1. Catcher Williams walked his last at bat as well. It's part of that stretch of walks that led to runs here for the Bulldogs. First pitch to Williams. Ball 1. 1-0 Williams. Grounds this one foul. One to Williams in their first strike. One-two pitch to Williams. Grounds this one short, and the shortstop Hemmerl will make the throw. Good scoop there by Clayton at first. Gets him out for the second of the inning. And Aramis Pabon now up to the plate here. The center fielder had a huge hit. A 2 RBI single. Earlier in the game here for the Stingrays, first pitch, ball 1. Second pitch in their first strike, 1-1. Pabon pops this one up into a gap, but the center fielders got it for a catch, and Flagler Palm Coast holds Stingrays scoreless. Once again, as Striplin ends the inning. So we head to the top of the 5th now here at the Reef. And Jordan Gonzalez, the pitcher for Flagler Palm Coast, will lead off the inning here in the top of the 5th for the Bulldogs. Wade Serber still on the mound. Just a great game so far. Only let up 1 run. Stingrays lead by 2 runs, 3-1. And the first pitch to Gonzalez. Outside, ball 1. Second pitch, ball 2. That one in there for a strike. Gonzalez watches it go by. Two one. Gonzalez fouls it off. Two Gonzalez up the middle. Baez makes the play. The throw to first. Nice play by Antonio Baez for out number 1. Paul Bowen, the catcher, up to the plate now. First pitch to Bowen and fouls it off. New ball's on a 1-1 count here for Bowen. Server pitches. This one popped up. Good contact by Bowen. Seligen tracking it down all the way from right field. Great play by Seligen for the second out of the inning. As Kleinfelder, the left fielder, up to the plate now for the Bulldogs. Offense has gone cold here for Flagler Palm Coast in these last couple innings. See if they get a spark here. As Kleinfelder shows bunt. Serber scoops it up, throw to first, and he's got him out. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for Atlantic Coast. As we now head to the bottom of the fifth here at the Reef, stays 3-1. And back here at the Reef, 3-1. Stingrays still lead this one. Noah Prudencio will lead off the inning. Popped out his last at bat. Jordan Gonzalez on the mound, still for Flagler Palm Coast. First pitch fouled off. Comes the 0-1. Another pop fly by Prudencio. Center fielder trying to track it down. He couldn't find it. That one will drop for Prudencio. Base hits start the game off, or start the inning off here for the Stingrays. Brings up Seligen. Seligen showing bunt here with Prudencio at first. Brings it back, swing and a miss. 0-1 pitch. Gonzalez goes back to first. Sojin showing bunt again. He pops it right down the first baseline. Perfect bunt. Nobody there. Clayton got the tag off, but it does advance Prudencio to second. And he's in scoring position now. Good tag there by Clayton at first base. But Stingrays here in scoring position with Wade Serber at the plate. Walked his last at bat. First pitch to Serber, fouls this one off. Oh, that one's down low for a ball. Another ball there, good block from the catcher, Bowen. 2-1 count now. Serber pops this one up. Right fielder trying to track it down. Looks like it's over his head. Ball still going. Hits the fence. Serber rounds first, and Prudencio will come to the plate, and he is going to be thrown out at home. Great throw there from Clayton. So run will not score. Serber will go to second. Interesting decision around Prudencio there to go to home. Be the second out of the inning. Huge play for the Bulldogs. Pinch runner comes in for Serber. And Tibbetts at the plate now for Atlantic Coast. Looks like an intentional walk here from Flagler Palm Coast. So bring up Haskell. Interesting decision here, first and second for Atlantic Coast. Haskell struck out his last at bat. He shows bunt here, pops it up the bunt, bobbled by Bowen, the catcher, nowhere to go. And safe at first, bases loaded now for Atlantic Coast. Great bunt by Haskell. Forrest Peppercorn up to the plate now. Big opportunity for Atlantic Coast to extend their lead. Bowen had a chance at the play. Could not corral the ball. First pitch to Peppercorn, swing and a miss. Oh, 1 to Peppercorn. That one hits the dirt. Good block by Bowen. And 1-1 now. One to Peppercorn, another swing and a miss, and 1-2 now. Chance for Bulldogs to end the inning. And they escape it with bases loaded here. One-two pitch from Gonzalez. Popped up by Peppercorn. Bowen, and that one's going to be over the net for a foul ball. Bases remain loaded for Atlantic Coast. Bullard on third. Tibbetts on second. Haskell on first. That one outside for another ball. Pitch here to Peppercorn. Grounds this one. Play made, gets away from him. Bullard will score. And coming home for Atlantic Coast is Tibbetts as well. 5-1 lead. Third baseman could not make the play, and Flagler Palm Coast, their deficit falls to now 4 runs. Peppercorn, 2 RBI double for the first baseman. 5-1 lead now. Baez will come to the plate here. Second and third for the Stingrays. 2 outs. First pitch to Baez, outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch, that one's down low. One-0 pitch to Baez in their first strike. Two-one to Baez. Inside, ball 3. Three-one to Baez, outside, and Baez is walked for the second time in this game. Heads to first, loads the bases once again for Atlantic Coast in the second time in the inning. Caden Williams out to the plate now. First pitch to Williams and their first strike. Oh, 1 to Williams. This one is yanked, and this one is hitting the fence. Atlantic Coast is going to extend their lead. Peppercorn and Haskell score. Caden Williams, a huge hit, and will head to second. Two RBI double for Caden Williams, the catcher. And Atlantic Coast extends their lead to 6 runs now. Still 2 outs here in the inning. As the discussion on a mound will happen for the Bulldogs. New pitcher coming in here for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs change pitchers here. Late in this game, bottom of the 5th. Stingrays lead 7-1. And we are back here, bottom of the 5th. New pitcher for the Bulldogs of Flagler Palm Coast. Into the game, Brody McGinty on the mound. Jordan Gonzalez pitched 5 innings, allowed 7 runs. As Stingrays are feeling themselves here on the offensive side. Aramis Pabon at the plate. 2nd and 3rd for Atlantic Coast. First pitch to Pabon in there, and that's going to hit the ground. A good block there by Bowen. Second pitch to Pabon in there for a strike. Bowen shows bunt, brings it back. Good stop by Bowen once again. Bowen shows bunt once again. Again hits the dirt here, 3-1. Three-one count for Pabon. Fouls this one off. A full count coming up here for the center fielder. 2 outs in the inning. Full count pitch, fouls it off once again. Another full count pitch from McGinty, fouls off once again. Another full count. That's going to be low for ball four. Good eye from Pabon. He walks. And I'll bring out Prudencio with bases loaded and 2 outs. Prudencio had a base hit his last at bat. First pitch to Prudencio. That one's over his head for a ball. One 0 count for Prudencio, 2 outs, bases loaded. And he rips this one, and it will drop for a fair ball. Noah Prudencio draws in Baez, and Adams will score as well. It's 9-1. Stingrays lead it. Second base hit for Noah Prudencio. 2 RBI single for the leadoff man. And it's now first and third for the Stingrays with Anthony Seligen at the plate now. And 2 more runs for the Stingrays and the game could be over here. See if they can finish it off with 2 outs. First pitch. It's going to hit Seligen. He will head to first and load the bases once again. Second time Seligen's been walked, and it brings out the pitcher Serber as Bulldogs coach will head back to the mound. See what they'll do with McGinty. He's already let up 2 runs here. Looks like a new pitcher coming in here for the Panthers once again. Brody Youngman will warm up here in the bottom of the 5th. Stingrays lead 9-1. And back here, Brody Youngman on the mound for the Bulldogs. 9-1. Stingrays lead it. Serber at the plate with bases loaded. Pops this one up foul. And 2 more runs for the Stingrays will end the game. Based off the run rule here, they'd be up 10 runs. See if Serber can finish the deal here. Second pitch in for a ball. One to Serber, pops this one up high. And the Bulldogs looking like they will end the inning and escape here. So it's not over yet. We head to the top of the 6th here at the Reef. Stingrays lead 9-1. Top of the 6th, Atlantic Coast up 9-1. Flagler Palm Coast went through 2 pitchers last inning. Finally ended it with bases loaded. See if they can try to cut this lead down here. Leadoff man, Hemmerl, top of the lineup for the Bulldogs. First pitch, ball 1, with Serber still on the mound. Pitched a great game so far. Second pitch, Hemmerl skies this one. Pabon tracking it down and makes the grab in center field for out number 1. Marion Clayton, the first baseman, had a single last at bat. First pitch to Clayton. Grounds this one. Baez scoops it up. Routine play for out number 2. Carson Fliss at the play here. First pitch coming from Serber. A little bit high, ball 1. 2-0 count here for Fliss. That one up high, another ball. Count now here for Fliss. That one's low and a walk for Serber here. First walk of the game from Wade Serber's. Had a phenomenal night here. As Peninsula talks to him at the mound. Bring up Striplin, who has scored the Bulldogs' only run of the game. First pitch to Striplin. A little bit inside. That one low again. Ball 2. And Coach Chris Loffman here will come out there after a walk and a couple of balls from Wade Serber, see what he does here on the mound. So it looks like Serber will stay out there on the mound after discussion from head coach Chris Loffman. There's a 2-0 count. 2 outs in the inning. Brendan Striplin. Runner on first for the Bulldogs. That's in there for a strike. Two one, swing and a miss from Striplin. Two pitch. This one is line drove, and Seligen could not make the grab in right field. Lost the ball, so base hit. Now it's first and second for the Bulldogs. Seligen, good effort there. Could not keep it in his glove, though. Now Logan Shuddy, the right fielder, up with a runner in scoring position. See if he can try to cut this lead down. First pitch fouled off. Oh, 1, and this one's popped up. Seligen backing up to make the grab in right field, and he's got it for the third out of the inning. As we head to the bottom of the 6th now here at the Reef. Stingrays still lead it 9-1. And here, bottom of the 6th. Looks like Youngman still on the mound here for the Bulldogs, and bring up Dalton Tibbetts to lead off the inning. Stingrays up by 8 runs. Completely dominated here on the offensive side as well as the defensive side. Great pitching from Wade Serber and some big hits. First pitch to Tibbetts as big hits, as counting on that one right there. That one goes up the middle for a base hit to start the inning off. Tibbetts' first base hit of the game. He'll bring up Haskell. First pitch goes in there. Tibbetts running and sliding into second there. Good base running. Now in scoring position here for Haskell. One pitch to Haskell, and that's going to hit him in the back, and he will walk and head to first, make it first and second. Forrest Peppercorn at 2 RBI doubles last at bat. See what he can do here with runners on first and second. No outs. First pitch in there for a strike. Second pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2 now for Peppercorn. Now an outside ball, 1. One, 2 count to Peppercorn, fouls it off. Comes the 1-2 pitch to Peppercorn. Another ball, good eye from the first baseman. Two-two pitch and swing and a miss from Peppercorn. Bowen going to track it down there. And that'll be a strikeout for Youngman. And out number 1 of the inning. Bring up Antonio Baez. Jackson Adams here, who's been first time here in the lineup for Atlantic Coast in this spot of Antonio Baez. And this one's grounded. First time making the play. That one will draw on a run here for the Stingrays. So it's 10-1. 1 run away from ending the game here. The run rule with Caden Williams. Up to the plate. Ten-1 lead for the Stingrays. Runner on third. First pitch to Williams. Check swing, but a ball one. One 0 to Williams. Upstairs for ball two. Two 0 to Williams. That one upstairs again. 3-0 now. And that one's in there for a strike. 3-1 now. Three-one pitch to Williams. And now full count for the catcher Williams. And a chance to end the inning here for the Bulldogs and to give them one more chance. Try and cut in the lead. Full count pitch to Williams, and that hits Williams. And he will walk to first on a hit by pitch here. And it will bring up the leadoff man. Pinch runner comes out to first. So here we go, new hitter into the lineup. Tomberlin. See if he can end the game here for one more run for Atlantic Coast. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Oh, 1 count. Another swing there, 0-2 now. Tomberlin, first time here in the lineup. Runners on first and third for the Stingrays. That one looks like it got a piece of Tomberlin here. Gonna stay here at home plate though. Might have skinned the bat as well though, so gonna stay 0-2. Now 1-2, they're gonna call that a ball there, so Tomberlin. 1-2 pitch coming from Youngman. That one's inside for a ball. Two now to Tomberlin. And that's in there for strike number 3, and he ends the inning for the Bulldogs. So we head to the top of the 7th. Stingrays 3 outs away from winning this ball game. And back here at the Reef, top of the 7th. Stingrays 3 outs away from a district championship win. Up by 9 runs, 10-1. Wade Serber still on the mound. He's pitched a full game here tonight. He's got 1 walk total on the game. As he faces the new hitter in the lineup for the Bulldogs is Bass. Oh, 1 pitch. This one fouled off. And now 0-2 here. Flagler Palm Coast, like I mentioned, down 9 runs. It'll take a lot for them to get back in this game here. Their last chance to do so. Oh, 2 to Bass. Rips this one foul. Another 0-2 pitch coming up here from Serber. And that one's going to get a piece of the batter, and a hit by pitch walk here, just the 2nd walk of the game for Serber. As it brings out Jordan Gonzalez, the pitcher who started this game for the Bulldogs. Let up a couple of runs. Some late walks that lets him being pulled out here. First pitch fouls off. Oh, 1 pitch. Down low, ball 1. That one's low once again. Serber looks on to first. 2-1 pitch, fouled off. No outs in the inning. 2-2 count here for Gonzalez, the pitcher. And swing and a miss. Serber strikes him out here. The first out of the inning, and there's 2 outs away here. Fourth strikeout of the game for Wade Serber. As newly into the lineup now, Sanabria, as Williams went back to first there in a low throw. So 1-0 count coming up for Sanabria. That one way outside. Two 2-0 count now. Right down the middle for a strike. And that one's in there for another strike. Swing and a miss from Santa Bria, 2-2. Two pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts from Wade Serber. And now just an out away from ending this game. As Kleinfelder here up to the plate for Flagler Palm Coast. Grounded out his last at-bat. Struck out his first at-bat. First pitch from Serber. Fouls it off. Now simply just 2 strikes away from the win here. The runner on first. 2 outs in the inning. 0-1 pitch from Serber. In there for strike number 2, and now they're just a strike away. Some noise being made. Serber, 0-2 pitch is in there, and that's a swing and a miss, and Atlantic Coast is going to win their 4th ever district championship in school history. Their first since 2019, Atlantic Coast. 10-1 and 7. They beat the Flagler Palm Coast Bulldogs